Okay. I had someone tell me, hey, what's a CECU? I heard you talk about it. What does it mean? I don't understand. So I went ahead and I dug up some bad units that we had replaced in the past. CECU, ICU, CECU 3, CECU 2. And then as they go up, there's what's called the chassis noid, which basically this becomes the information center that passes it to the, I guess you could kind of sort of try to explain it as the amplifier or the muscle. The CECU or ICU, basically what it is an interface. It takes all the data from the dashboard, relays it to the engine. It's basically what ties everything together, controls your dash functions, blinkers, lights, speedometer, gauges, and it's programmable. If you guys ever go to a junkyard and buy one out of a similar truck, and the same CECU will work with different size of engines, with different brands of engines. Like, for example, if you got a Kenworth and you have a Cummins, but you go get one out of a Kenworth with a Detroit, will it work? Technically speaking, yes. But there's some pitfalls. You have to be able to access the programmable features. You have to be able to change the VIN. If not, you're going to get a code for a VIN mismatch that you'll never be able to get rid of. There's some other things without getting too specific into or long video. Basically, this monitors the engine, transmission, ABS, the dashboards. You turn the fan, you tell the fan to come on, it goes through here. This talks to the computer on the engine, turns on the fan, or lets the engine know that the fan is on. If you turn on your Jake brakes on the dash, goes to here, and then it'll command the ECM on the engine to activate the Jake brakes on low, high, or whatever. There's different models. One of the biggest pitfalls that we have is corrosion. In here, we get corrosion or we get broken wires. And really, one of the biggest pitfalls we have is guys go in there farting around, not knowing what they're doing, and they power probe the living bejesus out of these units, and they cook them. Same thing with this guy, ABS. ABS module. They come programmed. There's a few things you can do to them, but for the most part, they're as per truck. You can put one in a truck. It'll create a code, but it should not. It's not going to be right. I'm going to just leave it there. They have to be programmed to the VIN of the truck. This one suffered the power probe disaster. Someone went in there. They didn't know what they were working with, and they cooked it. So we had to replace it. This one had corrosion. Usually they mount underneath the center. The chassis noid, normally they mount somewhere underneath the cab. On the Kenworth, for example, the T800, it's either below the driver's seat, underneath the cab. Literally, you have to go outside the truck and look up, and you'll find it. It'll be between the fuel tank and the cab, and sometimes they'll be mounted vertical behind the sleeper on the frame rail, and they're exposed to the elements. So keeping an eye on those connectors, keeping them clean is real critical. We have seen where the chassis noid, which works in conjunction with this, because it's mounted vertical near the drive line, they'll lose a U-joint and it'll tear up everything. Well, then guys will go in there and they'll butt connect the wiring, and it works good for a while. And then all of a sudden, you get a road call, no lights, no blinker, whatever the problem is. And what it is the butt connector has gotten corroded. The butt connector has become loose. I mean, just on with the nightmares. Anyway, I thought I'd show you guys a CECU. Like I said, there's different. There's a CECU. There's a 2. There's a 3. There's a chassis noid that I don't have one of. I wish I did. And then the ABS module, and all of these work together to talk to the engine. And it's a network. One goes down, you're gonna have problems. You have this also right here, monitors a lot of the switches. And this is what those guys cooked on that truck on my previous video when I said no. So anyway, someone asked me, and I had these old units laying around from trucks that we repaired. And so if you go to the junkyard, go take one out of a similar truck. Is it gonna work? Possibly. Is it gonna work right? No. You're gonna have to get it to work, and even then it's gonna be difficult because you have to have the right program, and you can't make a CECU work where CECU 3 is, and vice versa. They're kind of specific to the truck. So anyway, I don't know, just a video I thought I'd make, help explain these controllers. And it's a network. Even, you go back 2012, 2009, 2008, this is the early beginning of a network. Now it's gotten more complex. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll keep them coming.